No, thank you. Where the white girls at? What's up, y'all? What's up? Yo, this your homie, your VA homie, Killer Watts 804, coming at you with another video. Oh boy, this is a movie classic. Y'all, you seen the thumbnail, you already know what time it is. We're talking about a Spike Lee joint, Jungle Fever. Came out in 1991. And when I tell you this goddamn movie caused a ruckus in the black community, man. Probably in the white community. I don't know back then. I wasn't really dealing with the white community at that time. Now look, before we get into this, look man, if you're very sensitive on the topic of race, go ahead and watch this video. Because you're going to be enraged by the time I finish. But I'm going to try to talk about this joint without throwing my own personal views into it like that. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Whatever you enjoy, I don't know. If we're just going to see, we're going to do this and we're going to see where it goes. Okay? That stars Spike Lee as Cyrus. Also Wesley Snipes as Flip. Annabella Sciorra as Angela. John Turturro as Paulie, Samuel L. Jackson as Gator, Lynette McKee as Drew. Special guest, Halle Berry as Crackhead number 2. But I saw this joint, it was like, you gotta imagine, I was real young when this came out, man. I would say I was a goddamn virgin. I will admit that. I was familiar with how biology works, you know what I'm saying? I know how we get things done. For you imagine the impression this movie could have made on a guy like me, or young brothers like me. But in this movie, we're exploring the dynamics, the struggle, the fascination, the sex between in interracial relationships, or at least one, and that's between Wesley Snipes' character Flip and Annabella Sciorra's character Angela. It put Spike Lee, it's one of the movies that helped put Spike Lee on the map, you know what I'm saying? Because in this movie, although Jungle Fever is almost like it's a made up type of, I ain't gonna say disease, I'm gonna say condition, in which brothers might be over fascinated with white women and white women might be over fascinated with black men. Fun fact, 1967, it was a law passed, I think it was Loving versus Virginia or something like that, where interracial marriages were allowed. The trip part is, brothers, man, they married white women in more numbers than any other race of men. So that should tell you something. So this movie was inevitable. It was coming. It was inevitable. But nah, man. But basically, we're seeing what happens in this situation. Not everybody's situation, interracial relationships is like this. It doesn't go like this. But this mess went left. So you got Flipper. He has his own little family. He's an architect. He takes his daughter to school every day, this and that. It's typical, it's okay. There's something deeper to Flipper going on, but we don't know that, as usual. That's to everyone. And you got Angela, who, she's Italian, her whole family Italian, her whole community's Italian. And she got her own thing. I think she's the girlfriend of this guy, Paulie. Basically, it's through some way or another, man, goddamn Angela and Flipper come in contact. Now, at this firm where Flipper actually, where he works, he needs a new next secretary. Angela is the new secretary. And right off the bat, Flipper's kind of thrown. He acts like he's pro-black. And Angela's looking fine as she want to be. I won't admit that she is. But she's very friendly, and she just, you know, she understands this might be a little awkward. She probably don't understand why, but it is what it is. Then again, she probably I don't know, she just seemed she's a little passive. Even with her own family, she's kind of passive to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? You can tell. She's just not used to getting her way, or she's just not in the very happiest of circumstances. She lived with her father and 2 brothers, Italians. But I love this movie because in this movie you see a lot of you're hearing a lot of conversations you wouldn't normally, they're not supposed to hear on screen, especially at this time, 1991. And explore some things, and it seemed very realistic. And then even the black side, I mean, it's like, Flipper, he just, you know, at first off, you don't notice some things about him, but then as he talked and the more things he do, I'm like, oh man, I like the way they wrote this character. At some point, Flipper accepts that Angela's gonna be his new secretary and this and that, but off the bat, I'm already sensing he's having these weird conversations, not weird, but But he does detest too much. Only thing I remember is the sex scene. I'm gonna be real. I watched. I said, the only thing I remember is the sex scene. I do not remember nobody else being in this movie. I remember the sex scene, and it's for a reason. So one night, man, they working some long hours. Flip and Angela, and they order some Chinese food, man. Some man's getting late, I'm hungry, let's eat. And they having this conversation. Now you can imagine if Angela didn't even have to be white for this to pop off. For real, it didn't have to. But he, in this instance, of course, he's curious. He's over fascinated by just her being, her skin color. I guess that's just how simple it was. And I think that curiosity, but then again, I think it's curiosity and it's just plain old sexual attraction. It's just there. The energy is there. I can see it on the screen. At some point, she says something. She's staring. She's seen the people staring at Flipper. And Flipper, he puts it out there and says, I know what you're thinking. Oh, his skin is so dark and smooth. It's like, there you go. And Flipper's, you've been flirtatious in that moment. And even though energy, she said that's not what she was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we all know there's probably a little bit of that in there too. It was just a situation where even if she was black or she was anything, it probably would have popped off because the sexual energy was there. Whether it was because she was white or whatever, I think at that point it didn't matter. But that was a factor. That curiosity is a mother, man. Like I said, you can't be pro-black. There are some of these brothers I gotta look at sometime. I'm looking at you, Dr. Umar Johnson. Oh, let me see you with a white girl. So they about to leave, they about to part ways. She's like, I gotta go. And he's like, the first thing he said, look, I never cheated on my wife before. Man, when a brother tell another shorty that means he about to get busy. But man, she was about to leave, but she's so friendly. She's so friendly. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, boy. I ain't even gotta say, man, I dare say that I probably would have did the same damn thing. In that situation, in that environment, if I'm attracted to, because you sexually, you know what I'm saying, physically attracted to her, it don't matter why, it could happen. You know what I'm saying? You can make a mistake. I ain't saying it's cool, ladies. Hold on, sisters. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it can happen. Y'all saw the situation. It was close. It was in close proximity. Nobody's around. And it's just that tension is there. But man, he grabbed her, man. She can't help it. And they just give in to their primal instincts, man. And goddamn Flip and her Angie go at it. That don't look real as hell, man. Anyway, man, Wesley pulled her panties down, got her up in the air. Cause I said, God almighty. And the thing that said it all, Wesley sold it. The damn look on his face, man. I like, damn. I said, go, that joint gotta be good. Hey, you, man, Wesley's face just, that's the look you give after you finish. When you about to finish a climax. Wesley's making that look the whole goddamn time, though. Can you imagine it? God damn, motherfucker. The whole time, cuz. They going at it, man. That shit look real. How you do that behind the scenes? How, cuz? Yeah, one cameraman in that joint filming that whole jump. Yo, man, whatever happens, happens. Keep them cameras rolling. But, okay, so that there, once the deed is done, it's done. And I think, once all that, died out, the reality of what happened, man, it's like, wow. But it could have been a one-time affair. Ultimately, Flip does quit his job or whatever. But the problem, man, the stuff that comes from this one relationship, him, because Flip is married to his woman Drew, and although and Angie, she's not married to nobody, but she is aware that he's married, so she was wrong. We both established it was wrong, but something that obviously kept on going on, man. That's just what it was, man. Something I guess Flip just is something he won't get at home. They was getting with her. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it is. Usually something you're missing in the home, you know what I'm saying, somebody else provide. I don't know, man. But once you open that door, it's open. That's it. But Flip at some point confides to his homie Cyrus, which was a no-no, because he can't keep his mouth shut. And Angie confides to her two girlfriends, which was a no-no, because they can't keep their mouth shut. Even I remember his girlfriends, when she told her girlfriend, like, ew, I could never do that. I said, no, you the first one to jump on that Snickers. We already know. Stop tripping. And at this time, that's not something they do. These Italians over there in the community, you just don't do that. Flip tells Cyrus, Cyrus tells his girlfriend, and his girlfriend tells Drew, Flip's wife. And you can imagine how things go, man. Flip come home, man. Man, she was throwing this stuff out the window, the whole neighborhood watching, Flip tripping out like, what? Baby, what can you say, Flip? What can you say? I fell on it. I tripped and fell. And spin around a couple times. But, man, Drew was hot. And not only just because she cheated, but I think it was more so because she cheated with a white woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like an extra insult. At that time, that's what that was. My how things haven't changed. And on Angela's side, man, she really quick. Angela, I would argue that Angela, although she knew Flip was married, I still didn't look at her as a villain. Like, you know, she was wrong. But real talk, if Flip is messing with her, I mean, it ain't like she broke up the home. Flip, the home was already broken. She just capitalized. I mean, she just getting hers, I guess. But I thought she was a very nice person throughout the whole movie, man. And her reasons for being with Flip, I don't think was just about. I think she actually thought Flip was attractive. He's an attractive man, and she really dug him. Not just because of her skin color. I would say that about Angela. I didn't get that from her just about him being black. A lot of stuff in this movie I just did not remember. For instance, like Samuel L. Jackson, I ain't know he was in the goddamn movie, man. He plays Flip's brother, crackhead older brother. I was like, oh my God, he played that role to a T. Then again, Samuel L. Jackson do look like a crackhead. You could play that off. But I didn't recognize that. I knew Samuel L. a crackhead. Then I saw Halle Berry. I said, what? She's a crackhead. She's a crackhead. And she played that role, man. I was having flashbacks at this mother. Crackhead number 2, Angela. Man, when her father finds out, woo, she catches the worst. Man, her father damn near beat the hell out of her, man, choking her, took a belt, beat her ass for it, man. And he yelling out insults, man. Every brother watching that job was like, okay, we're gonna have to entertain this, man. But it's real stuff. Spike Lee, that's what I appreciate about this. It was real stuff, man. But her father was like, you know, I guess the image of how he thought of the little girl got smeared a little bit when he knew she was getting some dark chocolate. Yeah. Put a smile on my face, though. Now, Angela and Flip, they try to maintain a relationship and all that throughout this whole movie. But they always hitting these roadblocks, man. It always pertaining to race. Like, they went out to dinner in a black restaurant. A waitress who happened to be played by Queen Latifah just give him all that extra attitude because he in there with a white girl. It's like, yo, man. And she throwing all types of jazz at him, man. He can't take it, like, you know. And Flip, I'm like, Flip, for you to be claim, and this the joke about it, like, Flip, you can't claim to be pro-black about your people, and this is what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a crime. There's nothing wrong with it. My thing is, don't be a goddamn hypocrite, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like that. Don't say you got this and then you do that. It don't line up. So the goddamn waitress even called her Queen Latifah. She said, man, I think I recommend some blackened chicken for your tired ass. I was like, oh my God. Check, please. But yeah, but Angela, she's usually there and she's just taking the insult. She never lashes back at anybody. And truth be told, I think they would have still been together, but it looked like Flip broke it off before Angela did. But they've been through so much, man. And it's all brought on by race, about the difficulties of that, and the people they associate themselves with. And real talk, if Flip wanted to stay together, they could have been stayed together. But like I said, Flip got a family. He got a wife, Drew. It's a scene where her and all her girlfriends are talking about that situation and just the whole situation with brothers in general. Finding a good brother, this and that. And that conversation, man, it could be made today. You could have that same conversation today. Because with some facts thrown in there. I would say it was no script for that whole goddamn conversation the women was having. They was like on point. You can't write a script for that. They were just talking. They're talking about the whole thing with brothers getting with light-skinned women. You know what I'm saying? Over dark skin, which is still true to this day. It's crazy. The availability of good black men. Some of them in jail, some of them gay, some of them already married, so it's hard to find them. They're like, well, I'm about to get me a white man. Some of them say, no, I'm not doing that. You know, they have some real conversation, man. But even Drew, she says that Flip, he was a type, he always got light-skinned women. He just had to take it a step further. So it's figured out in this conversation that Flip did have a complex about his dark skin himself before him to even try something like this. You know what I'm saying? Which is, man, I said, man, it was deep, man. This movie, there's so much stuff in this movie that happened that I didn't even realize. I remember, man. It's like, wow. I said, this was a good goddamn movie. Now, ultimately, at the end of the day, Angela and Flip was not going to work out. Flip made it known, and Angela decided to part ways. You know what I'm saying? Go back home. eventually back to her family, because her family gonna accept it back. You know that. Her father accept it back. You know, I ain't gonna say you make mistakes. It's not a mistake. It just, I guess in their eyes it is, but it is what it is, man. And Flip goes back to Drew, but you gotta imagine this is stain on Drew's heart. It's not going. I don't think it's ever gonna truly heal. Time might make it feel, you might get better, and sometimes might forget it. But man, but she said she had some stuff that happened to her when she was a child because of her skin and what she been called and stuff. So the scar is deeper than it probably would think. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I think they're gonna have a divorce eventually. Just the way things played out in the movie, because they having sex and she's crying in tears now, man. It's like, and not a pleasure. Nah, she more like, I guess she love him and she hating him at the same time. Flip, you full of shit. I'ma just tell you that right now. You're full of shit, bro. You full of shit. And it's all about you. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I can't judge you, bro. But even today, it's crazy because it's still going today. It's more accepted than it was back then. But them 90s, them early 90s, man, brothers was out there just looking for a red bone everywhere. And a white jump, man, I don't know, it's something about it for some brothers, man. Trust me, I done dealt with some, I done talked to some, man. I guess it makes them feel good. So these brothers I have talked to have a white jump on their arm. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, that's how it is for a lot of brothers, man. But I would say, I think it could be several things, but ultimately at the end of the day, this is just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you don't really think too highly of yourself, of your own culture, of who you are, you might look for validation in other places. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I would say, I ain't saying it's not a right or wrong thing. You do what you do, man. I'm not that. I ain't Dr. Umar on this mug. I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is, you know, sometimes we need to examine what we do and who we are before we start, we take action. Really recognize or analyze who you are and what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're doing something based off fear or insecurity, then odds are it's probably not the right move for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you are secure within yourself, you know who you are or where you come from, man, by all means, play the field. Do what you do, man. Your sisters are not gonna chop my head off. Me personally, I don't know. If you really want to get real with it, I think it was a time where I might have ventured out. I would say that outside of my community of women. It was a time. But as I got more knowledge of who I am, where I come from, what our people been through, it became that more important that I do find a sister or stay with the sisters. Period. It just was not even a question about it for me. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying I'm against interracial anything. I'm just saying for me, it wasn't my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I ain't saying you can't be attracted to somebody of another race or this and that. But it's just a commitment thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm committed to my own like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I think that's one of the ultimate forms of commitment you can show as a black man, is to have a black man. Just being 100. You know what I'm saying? There is no right or wrong with it in my eyes. You feel what you feel, you're gonna do what you do. I'm not knocking you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I shared a bit of me, y'all share a bit of y'all, okay? But did you dig this movie? I think I watched it like twice when I was young. Only because of the sex scene. Hey, young teenager, man. I mean, my God. Yeah, them hormones was wrong, man. And that damn scene did not help at all. Probably had me humping the damn floor. But yeah, man. But this is Killer Moss 804. Hitting y'all with another classic review. You know how I do, man. Where the white girls at? Peace.